Stone remembers, water remembers, blood remembers. Spark and Seed proudly presents Bloodlines of Cambodia, Ancient DNA and the Khmer Story. Long before temples rose, before kings carved their names into sandstone, there were footsteps, bare feet pressing into the soil of Sunderland, a world of rivers and forests where sea levels were lower and land connected Cambodia to distant islands. When the waters rose, the people did not vanish. They carried memory in their blood. The caves at Laang Spean still whisper of ancient days. For 70,000 years, firelight flickered there, and breath filled the darkness. Mothers passed life from one generation to the next, a gift that still flows, beating strong in every Khmer heart. The land shaped the people. Mountains stood like walls. The cardamoms, the Dongrek, the Mekong carried life, but also separation. Villages lived apart, and so their genes drifted like seeds in the wind. Highland tribes, Bunong, Khoi, Brao, Tampuan, kept their own songs, their own patterns, their own strands of DNA. Then rice came, fields of green, irrigation cut into earth. Farmers from the north carried new tools, new ways of life. Men came, women stayed, and their children bore both histories, indigenous mothers, foreign fathers. The blood did not erase, it layered. Bronze sang from the earth, trade followed, metals gleamed in the sun, and new lineages appeared, threads woven into the fabric. Always foreign men, local women, always new branches grafted to an old tree. Funan rose from the delta, ships tethered to the Indian Ocean winds. Merchants arrived with gods in their mouths, and their genes stayed behind in Cambodian suns. But mothers kept the old lineages, binding children to the land. Ideas mixed with blood, scripts, statues, stories, DNA, all carried together. Then came Angkor, stone cities, water reservoirs, armies in motion, kings married queens of careful lineage, dynasties looping upon themselves. But outside the palaces, diversity bloomed. Engineers, monks, builders, dancers, they married across borders, bringing new blood to the empire's heart. The waters of Angkor carried more than rice. They bred mosquitoes that hovered over the reservoirs, and malaria pressed hard against the people. In their struggle, the body learned to endure, survival written quietly into their blood. Then the empire fell and collapsed. Temples were reclaimed by the jungle. Populations dwindled, bloodlines contracted into silence. Scars of survival marked the generations. Yet still, the ancient Khmer lineages endured. Greed crossed the borders. Invasions pressed upon the land. Colonizers came with flags and hunger, seeking gold, seeking power. They carved their claims into soil and stone, yet could not erase the memory already carried in Khmer blood. The history of Cambodia cannot be told without acknowledging the devastation of war and genocide. Periods of silence followed these tragedies when entire lineages were extinguished and countless families were torn apart. Mothers and fathers were lost, and with them, names and stories that would never be spoken again. The weight of these losses marked not just the present, but reshaped the cultural and genetic inheritance of the people. Yet even in the face of such erasure, survival persisted. Those who endured carried forward more than their own lives. They carried the memory of generations before them. Within their very cells, fragments of the past remained, written quietly into bloodlines and bodies. In this way, Cambodia's story continued, fragile but unbroken, preserved in both memory and DNA. Diaspora scattered Khmer people across oceans. Intermarriage added new colors to the fabric, but always, at the core, the ancient code persisted. Today, Khmer DNA is a mosaic. Fragments from Sunderland foragers, farmers of the north, Indian traders, Chinese migrants, Austronesian sailors, and even the faint shadow of Denisovans, an archaic human who left a trace in our blood. Blood is more than survival. It is memory, carried quietly, a record no empire, no war, no silence can erase. Cambodia's story is written in temples and rivers, but also in the unseen script of our DNA. It tells us we are ancient, we are layered, we are resilient. Stone remembers, water remembers, blood remembers, and through us, the story continues. To be Khmer is to carry ancient rivers in our veins, temples in our memory, and resilience in our spirit. We are not only descendants of kingdoms past, but living proof that even through loss and silence, Khmer endures. Thank you for watching. At Spark and Seed, igniting ideas, growing knowledge.